The predominant feeling among the Europeans of Central Africa is that time is running out. Here, where only 70 years ago, Cecil Rhodes and his band of pioneers planted the Union Jack and pacified the natives, the words partnership and multiracialism are the last hope of 300,000 white men living among 7 million black men. To Rhodes and his pioneers, the land, then known as British South Africa, was purely a business investment. And like all investments, there were risks. Unfamiliar climate, unfriendly natives. The climate they learned to enjoy. The natives they put to work for the greater glory of Queen and Empire and the greater solvency of the British South Africa Company. And so it is now the Federation grew and prospered. The boundaries were drawn, Northern Rhodesia, Nyasaland, and Southern Rhodesia. And the new pioneers came from a damp and decaying Europe to carve for themselves a clean, well-lighted place in the sun. They transplanted provincial England to Central Africa, but it grew up looking like Edmonton. Salisbury, capital of Southern Rhodesia and capital of the Federation of the two Rhodesias and Nyasaland. Federation, born in 1953, was a dream that the Southern Rhodesians had nurtured for a long time. As the great industrial and agricultural leader of Central Africa, she would have an easy market for her goods in the other two territories. Very few reckoned African nationalism to be a serious thing. Round the bowling green of the sports club, the damn natives were simply being restless. Then came what many Rhodesians call Britain's policy of abandonment. A series of independent African states changed the map of Africa from imperial pink to independence green. In Southern Rhodesia, white men were talking of reforms that a few years before would have got them chucked out of the club. And two new words entered the vocabulary of the European Rhodesian: multiracialism and partnership. But was it too late? Robert Mugabe of the Zimbabwe African People's Union.
Well, we are totally opposed to the concept of multiracialism because it assumes in the first instance that the people have got to be arranged in compartments based on color. You have Europeans in one compartment, Asians and coloreds in two other compartments, and the Africans in another compartment. And immediately you talk of multiracialism, you are accepting as a starting point that the races are different, and this difference must be recognized. We are non-racialist in our approach. That is, we regard as an individual as an individual, and that everybody must be accorded his full political rights, whether he be white or black, educated or uneducated, rich or poor. And this is exactly why we are at the moment struggling to earn for our people one man, one vote.
Partnership and multiracialism were first mentioned in 1953. Desegregation of Salisbury's first bar took place 3 months ago. It's not quite apartheid, but the races are separated by legislation. This is Harare African Township, and if you are an African, you live in a township, unless you're a houseboy and have your own private hut at the bottom of somebody's garden. The government says the basis of true partnership is education. So far, not a single school in Southern Rhodesia in the entire Federation has been integrated.